The number one question I see regarding moving to Seattle is, where do I start? Picking out which neighborhood to live in is the most daunting part of moving to a new city, especially in Seattle where everything's so different from one another. South Lake Union is the perfect place to kickstart your journey in Seattle, and it has enough to offer to make you want to stay if you don't want to leave that bubble, because that's what South Lake Union is, a bubble. In this episode, we'll be exploring the neighborhood of South Lake Union so I can show you why it's one of the most ideal places to start your journey in Seattle, go over some options to call home, and then go through some of the restaurants and fun places you can visit in this neighborhood. Welcome to the channel, I'm Kyle Weber, and together we're uncovering Seattle. Let's get started. So why is South Lake Union a great place to pick as your first spot in Seattle? Well, to start, location. South Lake Union rests on the top of the more dense downtown neighborhoods, as well as being adjacent to both Queen Anne and Capitol Hill. And so this acts as a home base because within a 15-minute radius of your home, you can visit pretty much anywhere in Seattle. You're in the center of the tech campuses and a large concentration of luxury high-rise apartments. So as a renter, you're looking at more of a starting price range at around $1,500 and then in the low 400s for condos. And as long as you don't go brand new, you can find some reasonable places to live at. What this neighborhood lacks in character, because there is none, it's just all brand new, it makes up for with a sense of cleanliness and quietness. There just aren't a lot of late night spots or tourist attractions in SLU, and so for that reason, it's a bit of a ghost town at night. So you gain this comfortability bubble as you get to explore the neighborhood and get to know the city of Seattle a little bit more, and then when you're ready to spread out and go to your favorite neighborhood or maybe a place that has more character, you're prepared for that and you get to know the city more. Or you might just end up staying in South Lake Union. The neighborhood has a lot to offer. But before we get into that, let's go over some options you can call home. Now, not every home here is a $2 million penthouse, but it was the only one available. Not that I'm complaining. Prices typically start at $500,000 to own and $2,300 to rent. Incredible location right across from Whole Foods. The amenities here include a club room and a fitness center, which isn't quite as many amenities as our next building. Colloquially known as the Rubik's Cube building, I couldn't get over how many private amenity spaces there are at Nexus. They just keep going. From studios to 3 bedrooms, prices here typically range from $450,000 to $2 million plus. The architectural design of stacked boxes gives a feeling of implied motion, and that gap allows for these 2-story townhome sky terraces rarely seen in the city. Tacos Chukis. Man, I haven't had this in years. I used to come here like every day for lunch when I worked on Dexter Avenue. Sweet little taco shop. There's another location on Capitol Hill, like $2, $3 tacos. Really can't beat it. Okay, so we're gonna wade north to south. Let's go over some of the options you have in SLU for fun. You can get on the lake pretty easily. Going paddleboarding here is actually one of my favorite things to do in the summer. Then you have drinks at Tapster, a self-service bar where you prepay a card and then pour yourself a drink from a selection of local breweries. You should walk around the Spheres and grab some of the best focaccia at Wilmot's Ghost. Happy Hour at Cinque Terre, who have some of the best prices on oysters in town, but if that's not your thing, try the pizza. You got, in my opinion, one of the best steaks in town at Butcher's Table, but head in there for happy hour and try the beef fat fries. They're basically hash brown sticks that will blow your mind. My overall favorite spot, though, has to be La Caviste. It's a Parisian wine bar that really pulls you away from feeling like you're in Seattle. They not only have amazing charcuterie, but an understated phenomenal menu. Get the fish wrapped in paper. If I wanted this to be a 20-minute video, I could keep going. There's so many different restaurants, rooftop bars, and places to live that deserve to be mentioned, but we'll save that for a part 2 of this video when we come back to the neighborhood. South Lake Union is an incredible place to start or continue your journey in Seattle, so hopefully this video gave you some insight as to why. Drop a comment of your favorite place in the neighborhood so I can feature it in part 2. I'd be curious to see if I know that spot. Subscribe to this channel to uncover more of Seattle, and I'll see you next time.